What if death wasn't the end, but merely a doorway? A passage leading not into oblivion, but into another life. A new body, a new identity, yet the same soul continuing its journey? For thousands of years, civilizations across the world have believed in reincarnation, the idea that the soul is immortal, returning again and again to learn, evolve, and fulfill unfinished destinies. In Hinduism and Buddhism, reincarnation is a fundamental truth, a cosmic cycle known as samsara, where each life is shaped by karma. The ancient Egyptians prepared their souls for the afterlife, believing they would return in different forms. Even early Christian sects, such as the Gnostics, spoke of the soul's journey through multiple lifetimes, until these teachings were mysteriously erased from mainstream doctrine. But this isn't just spiritual theory. There is real evidence. Dr. Ian Stevenson, a psychiatrist from the University of Virginia, spent decades researching children who recalled past lives. His studies document over 2,500 cases of young children remembering names, places, and events from a life they supposedly never lived. Some even spoke languages they had never been taught. Many of these cases were verified, proving that their memories weren't just imagination. So why don't most people remember? Some say that upon reincarnation, our memories are wiped clean, allowing us to fully experience each new life without the weight of past traumas. But sometimes, something slips through. A memory, a feeling, a strange familiarity with a place or a person. And if you've ever experienced this, it might not be a coincidence. Could it be that you've lived before, and the signs have been there all along? Have you ever felt like you didn't quite belong in this time? Like your soul carries memories and wisdom that don't fit with the life you were born into? If so, you might be an old soul, someone who has walked this earth before. The truth is, reincarnation leaves traces, subtle yet undeniable signs that reveal when a soul has lived multiple lifetimes. Here are 8 powerful signs that you may have been here before. Déjà vu that feels too real. Ever walked into a place you've never been, yet every detail feels familiar? This isn't just your brain playing tricks. It could be a past life memory resurfacing. Some people experience entire conversations, moments, or even landscapes they swear they've seen before. It's as if reality glitches for a moment, giving you a glimpse of something your soul once lived. Unexplainable fears and phobias. Have you ever had a fear so strong, yet with no logical reason? Some people fear deep water without ever having a bad experience. Others panic at the sight of fire, heights, or enclosed spaces. Many believe these intense phobias are traumas carried from past lives, remnants of how they died before. There are recorded cases of people remembering past deaths in battle, accidents, or disasters, only to realize their current fears match the exact way they supposedly perished. Natural talents you've never trained for. Some people pick up skills far too quickly, as if they already knew them. Music, painting, languages, even combat techniques. There are countless stories of children mastering complex abilities without any prior training. Could it be that these talents are not learned in this life, but remembered from another? A deep connection to certain places or time periods. Have you ever seen an ancient temple, a medieval castle, or an old city street and felt nostalgic, as if you had walked there before? Some people feel an unshakable connection to places they've never visited, drawn to specific cultures or historical periods with no logical explanation. Why do certain eras feel like home? Could it be that your soul remembers? Recurring dreams or visions of another life. Dreams are often random. But what if yours aren't? Many people experience recurring dreams of the same places, faces, or events. Sometimes, these dreams are too detailed, showing them in another time, another body. In some cases, people even have dreams of their own deaths from past lives, seeing flashes of something their conscious mind never knew. a strong intuition or knowing about people and situations. Do you ever meet someone and instantly feel like you know them? Some connections feel immediate, as if you've met before in another time. People with past life experiences often have a deep intuition, an ability to sense events before they happen or understand people without needing words. It's as if they've seen this all before and already know how it will unfold. Feeling like an outsider or an old soul. Have you always felt a little different, like your thoughts and perspectives don't match those around you? Many reincarnated souls feel disconnected from modern society, struggling to relate to the superficiality of the world. Some have wisdom beyond their years, seeing life through a lens of experience they've never been taught. It's not arrogance, it's the weight of past lives shaping their understanding. Meeting people you instantly recognize. Have you ever locked eyes with a stranger and felt an instant, deep connection? Soulmates aren't just romantic. They can be friends, family, or even rivals from past lives. Some connections are so strong they defy logic, as if your souls have been bound together across lifetimes. Sometimes, these connections feel warm and familiar. Other times, they bring intense emotions, even conflict. But why? Because not all past life connections were positive. Some carry unfinished business. These are not just coincidences. They are clues, echoes of lives once lived. And if these signs resonate with you, then ask yourself, what else is hidden in your soul's past that you haven't yet uncovered? If you've felt the signs, you're already closer than most to unlocking the truth about your soul's journey. But here's the real question. Can you go deeper? Can you remember who you were, where you lived, and what lessons you carried into this life? The answer is yes. But it requires something most people never try: consciously tapping into the hidden archives of your subconscious mind. Your past life memories aren't lost. They are buried, locked away beneath layers of conditioning, forgotten over time, waiting for the right trigger to bring them back. And today, I'm going to show you how to access them. 1. Past life regression. Unlocking the vault. One of the most powerful ways to access past life memories is through past life regression hypnosis. This technique guides you into a deep meditative state, allowing your subconscious to surface memories from past incarnations. Hypnotherapists have documented thousands of cases where people, under hypnosis, recalled names, locations, and even events that were later verified as real. Some people remember specific lifetimes in such vivid detail that they describe smells, emotions, and even conversations from another era. You don't need a hypnotherapist to start. You can practice self-regression by entering a deep meditative state and asking yourself key questions. Who was I before this life? What lessons am I carrying from my past? What unfinished business do I need to resolve? Write down whatever images, feelings, or words come to you. They may seem random at first, but over time, patterns will emerge. 2. Dream analysis. When the soul speaks at night. Your dreams are one of the easiest ways your past lives can reveal themselves. Have you ever had a recurring dream of a place you've never been, yet it feels familiar? Or a dream where you were someone else, in another time? Many reincarnated souls report historically detailed dreams, walking through ancient cities, seeing themselves in different bodies, even witnessing their own deaths. To unlock these memories, keep a dream journal. Each morning, write down every detail you can remember. Look for patterns. Do certain locations, people, or symbols keep appearing? Over time, your dreams will start connecting the dots. 3. The power of triggers. Activating lost memories. Have you ever walked into a place and felt overwhelming nostalgia for no reason? Or heard a piece of music that made you emotional, without knowing why? These are past life triggers. Certain places, objects, or even scents can reactivate buried memories. Try this. Visit historical sites or look at old photographs of places you've never been. Notice if anything feels strangely familiar. Listen to music from different time periods. Do any feel like home to you? Hold objects from antique stores or museums. Some people feel a strange connection to items from a specific era. These subtle reactions aren't random. They are your soul recognizing something it once knew. 4. Writing meditation. Letting your soul speak. One of the most overlooked yet powerful techniques is automatic writing. This involves entering a relaxed, trance-like state, then writing down whatever flows through you, without overthinking. Many people find that their writing shifts into unexpected details about past lives, sometimes even names or messages they can't explain. To try this, sit in silence, take deep breaths, and ask your soul to reveal what it remembers. Then, simply start writing without stopping. Let the words flow. The more you do this, the clearer the messages become. These techniques aren't just theories, they work. And once you begin tapping into your past, the real question isn't whether you've lived before. It's how many times. Now that you know the signs, and even how to access your past life memories, there's a much deeper question that remains. Why? Why do souls return again and again? Why do some remember, while others forget? And most importantly, what is your purpose in this cycle? Reincarnation is not random. Every soul has a purpose, a lesson, a mission it must complete. And if you're here, if these words resonate with you, it means your soul is already awakening to something greater. 1. The soul's evolution, growing through each lifetime. Every lifetime is a classroom. We are sent back to learn, to evolve, to refine ourselves. The challenges, the pain, the victories, everything you experience is shaping your soul. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to have wisdom beyond their years, while others keep repeating the same mistakes? That's the difference between a new soul and an old soul. Ancient traditions teach that we must master different aspects of existence. Some lives are meant to teach love and compassion. Others test us with power and responsibility. Some are spent paying karmic debts, making amends for past mistakes. And others are purely for growth, experience, and enlightenment. The more evolved the soul, the more complex its missions become. This is why some people feel a deep sense of purpose, even if they don't know what it is yet. It's an inner knowing that you are here for something bigger. 2. Karmic cycles. The unfinished business of the soul. Have you ever wondered why some relationships feel fated? Why you instantly connect with certain people, while others trigger emotions you can't explain? This isn't coincidence. It's karma, unfinished business carried across lifetimes. Some souls return together, lifetime after lifetime. Lovers, friends, even enemies, each playing different roles in different lives. One lifetime, someone may be your parent. In another, they are your child. Sometimes, we meet people again to resolve old conflicts, repay kindness, or learn lessons we failed to grasp before. This is why certain relationships feel intense, even from the moment you meet. You've met before. You just don't remember. 3. The reincarnation trap. Are we stuck in the cycle? Now, here's where things get truly mysterious. Is reincarnation a choice or a prison? Some spiritual traditions suggest that souls are trapped in a cycle of rebirth, forced to return again and again until they achieve enlightenment. The Tibetan Book of the Dead describes a process where souls are pulled back into new bodies based on their karma, unless they can break free. But what if you could choose your next life? Some spiritual masters believe that once you become fully conscious of the reincarnation process, you gain control over where, and if, you return. Advanced souls, they say, can decide their next incarnation, choosing the lessons they need to evolve. And that raises an even bigger question. Have you been making these choices without realizing it? And if so, where will your soul go next? If everything up to this point has resonated with you, then here's what you must understand. Reincarnation is not just a cycle, it's a system. And like any system, it has rules. Some souls get lost in it, endlessly reborn without remembering their past. Others awaken, break free, and begin choosing their own destinies. The question is, which path will you take? Because if you're here, reading this now, your soul is already waking up. You are not meant to be a passive participant in this cycle. You are meant to take control. 1. Mastering lucid death. Waking up between lives. Have you ever heard of a lucid dream? It's when you realize you're dreaming, and suddenly, you can control everything. You can fly, create worlds, manipulate reality. Now imagine doing that. After death. Ancient spiritual texts, like the Tibetan Book of the Dead, teach that when we die, most souls enter a dreamlike state, unaware that they have left their body. This is why so many people reincarnate automatically, because they don't realize they have a choice. But advanced souls train themselves to stay conscious after death. This is called lucid death. By practicing lucid dreaming and deep meditation in life, you increase your awareness in the afterlife. And if you can remain conscious between lives, you can choose your next incarnation, or even leave the cycle entirely. 2. Exiting the cycle, the ultimate escape. Some traditions believe that the reincarnation cycle is a form of entrapment, a system designed to keep souls returning, lifetime after lifetime, without true freedom. But those who awaken to this knowledge gain a radical power, the ability to leave. How? Through soul mastery, achieving complete awareness of your energy, your karma, and your spiritual evolution. The highest spiritual masters, from Tibetan monks to Vedic sages, have all spoken of this. When a soul reaches a certain level of enlightenment, it no longer needs to return. Instead, it ascends to a higher plane of existence. Some call this nirvana. Others call it the astral realms, the source, or the true reality. Whatever name you give it, one thing is clear. There is something beyond reincarnation. And the only way to reach it is through awakening. 3. Activating your soul's memory. The first step to freedom. If you want to start taking control of your reincarnation, the first step is to awaken your soul's memory. Most people live only through their physical mind, forgetting that they have lived countless lifetimes before. But you don't have to stay asleep. Start by training your awareness. Practice deep meditation daily to silence the noise of the present and reconnect with your past. Keep a dream journal and analyze recurring symbols, faces, and places. You may be seeing glimpses of past lives. Use self-hypnosis techniques to access subconscious memories locked deep within. The more you remember, the more power you reclaim. And when the time comes for your soul to transition again, you will not be blind. You will be awake. Most people walk through life unaware, repeating the same cycles, lifetime after lifetime. But you are different. The fact that you've read this far means something. So, the only question left is, what will you do with this knowledge?